started recording. So can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So okay. So what are the other kind of applications we have? Neurological programming. So for neurological programming, the best language is
Python.
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 And for data science, the best language is Python or R. Clear? So the
Yeah.
best language for web application is Java. Okay. These Angular JS or React JS are nothing but JavaScript engines which make the developer's life simple. They have all the framework designed in that. So by using that simple lines of code, they can develop the UI. Okay.
Yeah.
So what exactly we are discussing? So this protractor. So if your company has Angular application, you need to go with protractor. Clear? So the major flaw with Selenium is it cannot automate graphs or captcha, and the other thing is it cannot automate Angular application. So this both you need to remember. Okay. So what are the
Uh,
major disadvantages of Selenium that you cannot do? They'll ask you in interview. So you need to tell we cannot automate dynamic things like graphs or captcha. So they'll tell we have third party tools to automate this captcha as well. But you need to tell that's not a legal thing. Generally, captchas are written to deviate the this interaction between the robot and the human, differentiate between them. Okay. But on a negative side, you
okay.
need to try with on a negative side you need to try to interact when the captcha is present, because you will come to know whether you are able to log in without it or not. But that you can test it with manually. I think that you can go with manual thing. Okay. So let's see the versions in Selenium versions. Okay. So first is Selenium 1.x. Okay. So in Selenium 1.8, you have something called IDE. IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. It is nothing but a Firefox plugin. Okay. People will not use it because we'll not have any framework kind of thing. So when there is no framework, there will be no concept of reusability. Okay. So we
Yeah.
don't use that. So there are no reports. There is nothing. Only the thing that you can integrate with all is WebDriver. What is this WebDriver? WebDriver is nothing but an API. Okay. Initially when Selenium released, there is no WebDriver. What do we have? We have something called RC, remote control,
RC.
and we have something called grid. Okay. And Selenium 2.x. Browsers became stronger now. So there is IDE for Firefox. IDE supports only Firefox, and you have something called, in the place of RC, you have something called WebDriver, and you have something called grid. Okay. And you have some, and the thing that we are using is Selenium 3.x. Selenium 3.x, you have IDE that support Firefox and Chrome.
Chrome.
Okay. And you have WebDriver as usual
Great.
and grid. In the latest one was Selenium 3.141.x. So we'll be using this in our course. Okay. We'll be using the latest things and we'll be automating. And we have an alpha version as well, Selenium 4 alpha version. We'll be looking at some of the features present in that. So you know the difference between a alpha version and a long stable version, right? Alpha version is something which is in trial. They are not
Yeah.
sure whether there are any bugs or not. So so
Still
generally,
under development.
yeah, still under development. So generally no company goes for alpha versions. We'll go with the long time stable version. So this is a long time stable one. So currently let me see the version present in Selenium. Okay. See here, WebDriver. Let me go into this download. 3.141.59 is the latest, and this 4 is the alpha version. Clear?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So so do you have any idea on the architectures? Monolithic architecture or three-tier architecture, and the latest one is microservice architecture. So why did they exactly come? So let me explain you this monolithic architecture. Say for example, you have a application. Okay, so what are the general things that you generally have in an application? The first thing that you have
Client.
is a presentation layer. Client and server is a different thing. I'll tell you that. So what are the different layers present in that presentation layer? And the other one was business logic layer, and the other one was DB. These are the three major layers present in every application. But when it comes to the earlier implementation of monolithic architecture, these three are tightly coupled. Okay, what do I mean by tightly coupled? Say for example, the UI is developed by using HTML and I wanted to change it to HTML5. I cannot do that because the UI code and the business logic code are integrated within each other, DB code. If I wanted to develop a single part of the application, then I need to change the complete system.
Yeah.
Getting it? Monolithic. You need to change the
Yes.
complete
Yes.
system. You cannot change the independent layers. Okay. So next what came? Next, a three-tier architecture. What is nothing but three-tier architecture? What did they do? They differentiated everything. This is one layer, this is one layer, and this is one layer. These three layers are connected using something called prototype. What is meant by a prototype? Prototype is nothing but a contract kind of thing. To use that, you need to implement those all to use that. So these all are, so to connect this with DB, you have something called JDBC. By using JDBC protocol, you connected it with that. And to integrate this business logic with presentation layer or to transfer data between them, you have something called JSP or servlet. By using those applications, you connected them. So say for example, in case if this is not a kind of a monolithic architecture, everything was a different. This is one layer, this is a different layer, and this is a different layer. And in case I wanted to change the UI to some new kind of thing, then I can easily change this, right? Because this is an independent layer. Getting it?
Yeah.
Say for example, if the complete car is designed on a single stretch like a Nilkamal chair, and in case you wanted to change the tire, can you do that? If the chair leg is broken, you cannot do anything. You need to throw that out. So that is nothing but a monolithic architecture. You cannot do anything if something goes wrong. You need to change the complete system. But when it comes to car is nothing but a three-tier architecture or an n-tier architecture. Say for example, if the back tire is not good, you'll change the back tire, and there is a repair in the parts, you'll change that part. Okay, you don't need to build the complete system from the scratch in the entire architecture. Getting it? Or do you want me to explain again? Hello,
Yeah. Got it. Got it.
got it. And the
Yeah.
major flaw with this monolithic architecture and entire architecture is, say for example, let's take an instance of banking software. Okay, so what are the general features that banking software provides?
Money transactions.
Money transfer, balance check, deposit. So these all kinds of features, and getting SMS. Okay, say for example, if the application is developed using this entire architecture, what happens is, say for example, the SMS service is not working fine. They need to completely make the system down. Okay, for a simple SMS kind of thing, they need to make money transfer, balance check, deposit, and SMS completely down, and they need to fix this SMS and get that up. Getting it? For a simple functionality,
Yeah.
you need to down the complete business logic layer, but that's not good, right? Say for example, if the print is not working, uh, and in case you wanted to do a code change in that, so making the complete system down will lose your business. So whatever the thing is down or whatever the component is down, you need to make that down and you need to fix that. So this is achieved by using something called microservices. In microservices, this SMS is a component, this deposit is a component, this balance check is a component, this money transfer is a component. Okay, every every functionality is a different component, or every program is a different component, and they communicate between the systems by using a concept called web service. So this can be web service, can be communication between two different systems. Communication between two different systems in the sense, this bank can communicate between Amazon application or a Flipkart applications to get the payment confirmation, or it can be a single system within each other. Say for example, you have transferred the money. So what happens, as soon as you transfer the money, your balance get changed, right? So this
Yeah.
has to go with that, and after that you need to get SMS that your money has
SMS.
so and so balance has been changed, or the deposit. So this communication between internal systems is also can also be done using web service. And the other thing is communication between different system in the sense, that can be a Flipkart, that can be a Amazon, or any payment application. Okay, you will go to Spencer, uh, and you will give you a card there. So what happens, this will communicate through web service. So this communication is done by using something called TCP IP protocol. Okay, so this is communicated using something called web service. Previous systems are built using SOAP service, and the latest systems are used building by using REST service. REST protocols are latest used. Okay, so as we go on with
Yeah.
the course, I'll be teaching this as well. What is this get, post, put, and delete? So that will be system. So did you understand on a high level why are the companies going for monolithic architecture? Because they don't want the customers to suffer for a simple issue. They don't want the complete system to be down and fix that. And once it is up, when it comes to monolithic architecture, they can down the component that is not working. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So what exactly we'll be learning in this course? So first I'll be starting with 2 or 3 days we'll be having this type of theory classes, and after that I'll go into the practically, and I'll do that. And tomorrow we'll be seeing the installation of these all things that are required. And after two or
Okay.
three classes we'll be going with the Java, and we'll be going from the basic what is data type. From there we'll be learning, and we'll be learning till collections. Okay.
What is required for Selenium?
So I generally teach you complete core Java, and it's more to you to learn what is required for Selenium or not. I generally
Okay.
teach you in a
Yeah.
development way that is required, so that you can crack interviews very easily
Yeah. Yeah.
when
Perfect.
you get that knowledge. So I'll teach you in a way that Java developer will have the knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
So after this, I'll go with Selenium WebDriver, and we'll be seeing the by using this core Java, and by integrating this API, this WebDriver jars into our Java code, and we'll be seeing what all actions we can perform by using this Selenium WebDriver. And after this, I will integrate with the with by using TestNG, a unit testing framework. I'll introduce you, and after this, we'll go with
Extended report.
extend report. Okay, and after that, I'll show you something called Log4j. Log4j is something for nighty builds it is used. Say for example, you will run your code night and you wanted to sleep, and in the and when you come to office, you need to have a complete log kind of thing. Say for example, if your script got failed at 70 test case, you need to know that by using the log, you can know that at what test case it has been failed and what is the error that you got at that instance. Okay.
Okay.
So for this we use log4j, and we will integrate this all by using Maven integration with Selenium. Okay. And I'll be teaching you automation framework. We'll be looking at one framework, that is hybrid framework, which is a combination of data driven and page object model. We'll be designing framework using this page object model or page factory. This is nothing but a design pattern which became popular in automation industry. Page object model is a design pattern. We'll be looking into that, and after that I'll be integrating that with Jenkins so that you can automatically run that. And we'll be learning Git or GitHub. This is nothing but a source repository. Okay. And after this we'll be seeing what all parts are required to get an interview calls, that is resume preparation. So what exactly does your CV should contain? Okay.
Okay.
This all we'll be seeing, and this to complete this all it will take 8 weeks of time. It will not be done in a month or 10 days. It will take 8 weeks of time. And what commitment I required from you is practice. So unless you practice, you will lose interest after 4 or 5 days or a week or two, and it will be very tough for you. So what commitment I required from you is practice. So if you practice, then my explanation could be reachable for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So clear with what is the Selenium. So exactly what does Selenium do? It will automate web applications, and it supports multiple browsers. And the drawbacks or the flaws can be used by integrating it with multiple tools. Okay, this is all. So
Yeah.
now what exactly I required you to do today is go to some website, Guru 99 or something, any website that you think, and just type Selenium tutorial. Selenium tutorial, whatever comes first, do that. Yeah. Okay. Just study this. What is Selenium? What is the difference between RC and WebDriver? First, what is Selenium? Introduction to Selenium. Okay. What is the difference between Selenium and RC? Just have a look at all these components, these pros and cons. And in case you did not understand anything, we can discuss that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay then. Thanks. We'll meet tomorrow.
Okay, Deepak.
Thank you.
Will you share the new link tomorrow?
No, no, link would be same, and you will not get this cut in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.